faces Team Empire down here in the lower bracket. Let's see how this one goes down in a juicy best of one. I'm ODPixel, I'm here with Blitz. And let's see what we got going. Kyle and the panel, they seem to favor the draft of Mineski. They felt that there's a lot of comfort picks, a good lineup overall, and some problems for the heroes on Empire. Would you agree, or do you see something in Empire's lineup that the panel did not?
I think Empire's lineup is going to play a lot faster, actually. They have a lot of stuns. They have a lot of ways to fight early on. And I'm not sure if Empire necessarily has the same. I think in the overall 5-on-5, the AA Ember is going to be incredibly effective. Obviously, Doom is going to do Doom things. But I think at least in the early mid-game, I do favor Empire's lineup.
I'll take it.
I could see a way where they just snowball the laning phase and just roll them.
Okay. Well, they're already starting to get the ball rolling here with this early smoke as they hover around the Roche pit, see if anyone heads over this way. May catch some people as Mineski do have 2 deep, and they do have Moonn alone, but the smoke will dispel, and they cannot quite get a grab onto that TA. So Moonn will be able to simply walk away. The pings are out, as Mineski are well aware of this movement of Empire. Will continue to be scouted out even further by KP and his Treants. Empire really should secure these 2 top runes at the same time. We'll see if the Sand King is able to grab a hold of the one down bottom, and
2 for 2.
It's going to go the 2 for 2. So in terms of the lanes, is there anyone that you're going to be a little bit worried about in this early game? Is anyone here destined to have a bad time in the first 10 minutes?
I'd imagine that KP won't have the easiest time up here against the tri-lane. And Moonn in mid lane, like TA versus Razor is not that fun to play, which is why Moonn, if you look at his build, he's opted to go for the boots first, just so that he can outrun the static link. I think this is a pretty annoying matchup for him to play, and I think despite Empire's record in this tournament so far, I think that Kodos is still a very good mid laner.
I guess this is sort of the problem as well. I mean, as you say, going for the boots, but it's still the fact that it's going to affect you for a few ticks, right? That's still that, 14 damage difference that the Razor gets ahead of the TA. It's not nice to lane against. It still makes it difficult.
No, not at all. And it's the fact that you can just continuously do that. Your Purge is really nice against her too. Like, you have some kill opportunities, but if there's anybody that can win a lane like this, I put my faith in SEA mid laners. Like, I think they're all so talented.
Top lane, save, getting deep past the towers there as he's trying to control this pull through that Raging Potato has made happen. Here, 4KP behind the tower. So, he's also got King up by his side, nice and deep, so they can try and see if they can deny as much as they can. But as it is, KP is managing to keep those CS good. Raging Potato keeping the distraction away, making sure there's space for KP to find that wave nice and safely. But yeah, as the mid lane goes on 5 for 2 on Kodos at the moment, 3 for 4 on the T8. Very even start. We'll see what sort of rotations come into play to sort of knock that 1v1 to either side. As down bottom, Ninja Boogie keeping tabs on Maiden, making sure that he has trouble getting anywhere close to the wave. The farm for the Morph, definitely the strongest at the moment. But I guess this is expected. He's running the tri-lane top. Dream is going to have a good time. He's going to get that free farm on the Morph thing. And if that is going to be the case, how much of a worry is that for Mineski? Or do they have good ways of dealing with a Morph that has a good start?
They got Doom and they have AA. So they always have some way to deal with it. I think it's actually quite hard to play Morph against AA. You get caught by the Splinter Blast. You can't really do the same things that you want to do as the Morph. You can't just morph in and out as easily. And you take away a lot of his damage potential as a result too. Because he's just going to be a lot more fearful playing around that area as Raging Potato mid, trying to snipe the courier, but none coming by as Kodos not faring himself any more regen. And this mid lane is a lot more even than I expected, Owen. Like, I thought this was going to be a little bit more one-sided, but Moonn has done a very good job utilizing his early levels of refraction. He just spams it out right now, which is why he's a little bit low on mana, but with one mango, this will all be worth it.
In the jungle, Raging Potato, still just the level 1, not yet to really find a place to make anything happen as this level 1 do. Just about to hit the level 2. We'll come over towards this pull that's being made, see if we can steal anything, or get him the experience at least to level up. Still, the game continuing with Dream having a good start. Ember, of course, down on the other half of the map for Mineski, is also having a fine old lane. 14 for 13, denying a lot as well. So in terms of what the Sand King Maiden's going to be able to get down here, it's not going to be a lot. It's going to be a slow start for this SK in terms of getting levels and farm.
And KP is actually doing a lot better than we expected, or at least I expected, considering he is against the tri-lane. They've done such a good job of following his treants, and at bottom lane, he does get a little bit low, but he eats the sentry, no problem. It's in a really well-hidden spot. in this bottom lane. There's absolutely no way that I think they guess it easily anyways.
Up top, KP, he's sort of getting the confidence to get a little bit deeper and further up the lane. Still, there are these 3 heroes here, so just have to be a bit careful. So you're trying to go in a bit with the tag team. KP tank enough to put the treants down between him and keep that distance, keep himself safe. There's still 4 minutes, nobody to fall yet. No first blood from either side. And still relatively static lanes with the 3 versus 3 staying for the most part on this top lane now with the fact that they can leave that Ember alone after giving that good start. He does not need any further backup for now. Top lane, Raging Potato though, gets zipped upon. Dream sees an opportunity set up by King Iron Sayo for the quick zap and a first blood for the Morphling. They'll turn towards more, try for Ninja Boogie. They do lose King Iron for it, but it's going to set up a second kill for Dream. The Dream start indeed for this Morph. Free farm and now a double kill on the safe lane.
Yeah, I am quite surprised that they decided to all go up here and challenge this, especially since I think KP is doing a lot better than expected. He's almost a level a minute, which is fantastic. Like, he's barely behind his mid laner. You don't really need to help him out if he's keeping 2 supports up here. By going up there as the tri-lane, you just gave them the ability to get something out of it. Now they don't feel so bad about the fact that they haven't killed KP because they got first blood and an additional kill. Now what you're doing is you're giving the Sand King a one-on-one at bottom, which is going to give Ember free farm, but Ajit was getting free farm anyways.
Yeah.
It's not like you're changing any part of your game. You're just making sure that you get a little bit more farm here.
We'll see the AA now. He's going to go back down towards that bottom, at least try and mess with the SK as Maiden continues to make these creep pulls behind the tier 1 tower. Ninja Boogie's just trying to do his best to steal what he can. Actually going to have Arjit move over and see if they can go for the kill potential on the SK, but still he's so elusive with the Sandstorm. Will get away back towards mid. Moonn gets gone upon. Good shots from Sayo, traps him in. KP and Reggie Potato will be in with the backup, and Moonn, he's still alive, gets himself up to the high ground and away. The Sprout from KP holds back Kodos. Kodos is going to be the first to go down here in this mid engagement, and maybe they can find more with the trap slow onto Sayo. Reggie Potato tanking, diving the tower. KP another Sprout, controlling up the Tusk. He's getting surrounded, Sayo. There's the slow from Ninja Boogie. Sayo should fall as Raging Potato will look for him in the trees. A sleep will be used, and with the Salve, it gets him a good amount of heals. Sayo, he's still alive, and now he can turn. Kodos is back in the game, as they will manage to get the trade as Mineski stick around and dive a little too deep for that second kill.
Yeah, not even really that bad of a trade because they wasted a lot of time. They brought 4 heroes over to try to make that happen.
And they get it. They really do. The overextension. Yeah, but as you say, they spend so much time there. Kodos is back in the game. He respawns and he's back in for a bit of a look-in on the kill in return.
And Madden at bottom, or Maiden is... I mean, he's doing okay. Like, he's doing a lot better than he was 2 seconds ago, where he was being zoned out of the lane. And he's taking advantage of the fact that whenever Ninja Boogie does leave, he is getting something out of it. But he should go down here as he does get frozen. Ninja Boogie with an easy kill pickup, and aside from the move at top, I do like his movement and the fact that he's being so active on AA. It's rare to see people get this aggressive with his hero because, I mean, he's sort of just a static hero. He doesn't really have the best tools to gank with.
And the movements around the map as well from KP, obviously coming into that mid lane earlier to help with that trade, now down towards the bottom, just adding to the pressure that they can put on as soon as they take the Sand King out of the lane. They know that the way Empire's been playing so far, they've got no interest in sending anyone down here to the bottom apart from that SK. Top lane does mean that Reggie Potato is a little exposed. He's on his own. They'll move in as a tri-lane and they will get that kill. At the same time, on that bottom, Maiden did return, did end up going down again to the pressure of Mineski's push. So 1-for-1 there on both of the side lanes. The mid lane farm in terms of net worth, as we can see, very even between Moonn and Kodos with the way that the game has continued. 2,700 on the Razor, 2,600 on Moon's TA. His objectives starting to fall there as well as Empire themselves also putting the pressure onto that top tier 1 tower. KP and Ninja Boogie trying to do their best to keep them off it.
Oh, I'm going to like this move right now from Razor. He's going to rotate all the way up to top, sandwich the tower, and there's 3 heroes up here from Mineski, so if they can go on anybody right now, Raging Potato is going to be the target.
Yeah, Sayo gets the trap hit with the charge. Raging Potato's still got a fair bit of speed. He's got the Scorched Earth as well. Kodos, he's chasing in though with that haste rune, will finish off the Doom. The tower taken and a kill for Empire. As you say, a successful move from the Razor. Kodos,
very slick move.
Straight back to mid lane as well, making sure that there's no efficiency lost into the creep wave. He'll continue that farm going. Both teams very much ready to be incredibly mobile across the map after these sort of first 6-7 minutes of play. As it's speeding up. And in terms of sort of the lineups and how fast they can play, is there a sort of a lineup that sort of excels when it comes towards the mid-game in terms of just playing fast?
I think Empire. Like, I really like their low cooldown abilities. They have a lot of ways to just like consistently make moves for each other. I think this Razor wants to try to be active on the map too. Plus you have heroes that are just good at fighting right now. You've got Sand King, Tusk, Razor, Bane. All of these heroes can play without their Morphling and just kind of allow Dream to get some free farm and get some space. The downside right now though is that because they have gone for the tri-lane, like he doesn't really have the best levels. He just hits level 7. The Ember's about to hit level 8. They've split that a little bit more unevenly, I'd say.
I mean, with RG up on this top, we'll see if there's any sort of kill potential. He's going to go for the early sort of triple Remnant jump onto Dream. There is Empire back up here. The root comes out. RG, he's also
out of mana.
mana. The shards are down. He gets nuked out by the Morph. What was that triple Remnant play, Will? It was just never going to work. I mean, did he expect Dream to sort of close his eyes and start to morph full Agi?
You don't know if that'll happen.
I mean, that was never the play, was it? Triple Remnants like that?
It was, let's say, unlikely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's dead.
That's a costly death, yeah. Especially in an elimination game.
What was that? That was, yeah, a bit of a question mark and a half.
Yeah, and he's going to, I mean, that was a high-value target, too. Not just the fact that he was a carry, but he was doing quite well for himself, Owen. He had 58 CS, a kill. He had good amount of levels, too. It's one thing to kill some, like, level 4 support at this point where they're caught off guards, but killing a level 7, almost level 8 Ember, that's going to put a good amount of experience in everybody's pocket. Yeah,
he's just suddenly look at that jump up between, the difference of the Morph and the Ember thanks to that misplay from Arjit.
Yeah, that actually gives him the level advantages. They're going to run into the jungle here in a Moonn who's going to invis and actually just pop and churn for this.
He's going to try for Seo. Seo, will he fall? He's trying his best to keep the distance. Dream hitting back on Moonn with the shards down.
Shard.
Seo, he's out of there. Blocks him off with the shards. TP's out. Dream as well. Also able to get away with a quick waveform.
Very nice shards.
That's in the mid. They do have the Nightmare into Fiend's Grip setup. Kodos and Maiden. See if they can provide the damage. With the Enfeeble, of course, that extra long Fiend's Grip, that's going to be Arjit going down again. Mineski, they are moving across as a unit to try and get at least someone in return. They will find King R with the Stomp as the Bane does go down. But that's the second time within a minute that Arjit, he's on the map and he's back out of it. He's dying in quick succession.
And this is going to create space for Dream at top as well. And that feels so bad. As a core, as a 1 or 2 player, like if you die in a silly way, you respawn, you're a little bit tilted, and then they immediately just gank you again. Just a really good maneuver by Empire. Being active on the map. The A Ice Blast is barely not going to connect. Lifts his tail to dodge that one.
That was a close one. Maiden will make it out of there. They do get the chain connection onto Kodos, Arjit.
Look at Arjit right now. Like he's trying, I think, to just make moves because, I mean, he must be frustrated with the back-to-back plays. There's no way that you can just play objective, clean Dota after doing something a little bit silly like that, as he's really going for it right now.
Yeah, they should find King R here behind the tower with the TP in from KP, giving them that vision. They'll take one. Stomp will be down onto Kodos, Nature's Wrath, and there's the Remnants. This time they're bang on, connecting to Kodos. They should chase this down. Sleight of Fist, Change is going to be back up in a second, if they even need it, and they don't. Meld hit from Moonn will dispatch of Kodos, as Mineski just grouping up, playing as 5 now to take these objectives. They've got to get a lot done, though, because, as you say, space is being given. Dreams up top, farming an absolute treat. As Mineski, if they do opt to play this 5-man Dota, they have to make sure that it pays off early.
Yeah, he's just been getting a lot of individual experience and levels. He almost has the Lincolns. I don't love that Empire just sort of gave that up for free, though. I think that they could potentially have just brought the Tusk in to try to help out, and Dream always has a TP available. But, I mean, just opting to not defend that at all and then lose 2 heroes on top of that felt like it was a little bit pointless. And I think Razor thought like, oh, everyone on my team will join me and help out. Didn't end up happening, and so he gets caught up too. And that is the downside of defending towers on the side of Empire, is if you defend them, the best part about having Ember as a core is he's so good at closing that gap and just getting on top of you. He's a core that comes with the disable.
Yeah. He's very nice for sort of these quick plays and fast plays, and just in terms of hero damage output that he can get done early on, it's almost sort of unmatched at the moment by any other meta core hero, and especially one that you can play in the safe lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
As smoked up, both sides in fact. See who's able to get the catch onto who. The mid lane is being the one, is being the focus here from Empire. They do want to try and take that tier 1 sort of bounce back after losing that control in the mid lane themselves. TPs are going to come in, Ice Blast. It's going to be off the mark. They'll get the chains out onto the two of them, and they do get the Doom down onto the Morph whilst he's in that Ember form. KP TP's in. King R, can he save him? He cannot. They'll kill off the Morph. Great Doom there from Raging Potato, trapping him inside that Ember form. We'll see if they can get more. Arjit chains onto 2. Kodos and Maiden in trouble as Mineski go up to the high ground. Kodos trapped up by the Sprout. Double kill for Moonn as Mineski get 3.
They're just getting run over right now. Like they're never really together like properly, and as a result, people are just getting picked off one by one. And Mineski is doing a really good job with their heroes. They can close the gap really quickly. The Ember has multiple ways to get on top of you. Moonn picked up the Blink Dagger, which I think is a very smart decision. Oftentimes people go for the Deso so they can open them up for the Roshan and just Ancient faster. But Moon's thinking to himself like, okay, we do have some mid-game timing difficulties and our cooldowns are a little bit long. Why not just like get this Blink Dagger, be active on the map, as they might just get a return kill from Raging Potato. Trying to get a little bit low here, and nice Ice Shards and the trap gives them enough time to get the kill.
And that should be Maiden's Blink Dagger done on the Sand King. Was very close to having it. And indeed, yeah, there it is. So Blink now ready on the SK. Epicenter, of course, also available to pop mid lane. Another catch onto Dream. They're starting to shift into the strength. We'll see if they have the damage and control to kill him. One way form out to safety says that they don't. As Dream will escape. Will manage to get himself out of there, but of course the pleasure of being the Morphling at this point, he can farm in these positions that would be much too dangerous for a lot of other carries in the game to do so. He can get away with it. Still holding that top spot on the net worth. But Mineski, they're continuing to move just as this group, as this team. They're straight up to top. They found Maiden in the trees. Ice Blast won't quite be there. Moonn tries to get the jump in, but Maiden with that blink will manage to make it out before any of the damage flies in. As Maiden escapes, this is Mineski continuing to take control of the map, as they should find this tier 2 tower, as it does indeed seem that with that defensive play that Maiden's had to make on his SK, there's no way that they can hold this. They are conceding a lot of map control here. As Empire, they've only taken that top tier 1 tower so far this game, whereas Mineski, they're taking tier 2s already.
Yeah, and the scary part about this too is because you are playing against a TA and you have a lot of map control to begin with, TA and P will take Roshan really quickly. And once you give up Aegis, the fights just become, I think, more and more difficult.
See Empire maybe try and find at least a tier 1 down on the bottom, but Mineski, they are going to defend. You have instant TPs coming in Arjit alongside KP to hold against this. Dream does have the backup of 2 behind him and is still doing good work on the tower, but a fortification use. Same time, Mineski splitting their resources. They've got 3 of them pushing him mid onto a tier 2 tower. So not only is this Empire not getting a tier 1, it's them taking damage on the tier 2 in the middle. They will now TP back. Moonn and Raging Potato on the high ground in that favorable position if Empire do step out. This tier 2 tower very close to going down at 17 minutes in. In the middle, we have contact here as the AA gets jumped upon by Say, who has the sharp block as well, but there's backup here for Ninja Boogie. The root hunting down, and Ninja Boogie, he's going to be saved. He stays alive. Empire, they're trying to go for the Fiend script, but Mineski, they're just overrunning them. They'll kill off a second. Arjit's able to dodge it, get out of there, as the epicenter will be whiffed because of Arjit with that Remnant dodge. And now Maiden, he's trapped, sprouted. There's no escape for him. A third dead on Empire as Mineski take another incredible team fight. Tier 2 towers gone. The speed that they are playing at. I mean, you said sort of on paper, Empire's lineup, it should be good in a game where it's playing this fast, but Mineski with their itemization, their shot calling, and their map reads, they're just schooling Empire at this point.
Yeah, I think KP got way too much out of this top lane. And, I mean, Mineski, they decided to itemize and play towards just this mid game. I think at some point, Ajay was like, guys, I'm tired of this. Just fight them. Like, I don't want to get ganked anymore. Just run at them. And, you know, it didn't pay off like twice in a row. But past that, once Moonn started getting involved with his Blink Dagger and they had so much follow-up and chase, they have just completely steamrolled Empire. I mean, being able to take all these towers, it's only 18 minutes in. Yes, your Morphling is a very good hero, but you always have AA to deal with him. And so it's not that scary as they're going to get another pick off here as
And probably more.
Look at this. They're just rolling.
They really are. Straight towards Kodos. Arjit hits the combo with ease, straight onto this Razor. Chains hold him down.
They can go high ground.
I mean, this is the scary thing at the moment for Empire. Yeah, they lose a fight like this, their tier 3s, they're going to be pressured just 19 minutes in.
They know there's no epicenter either. And it's just the reach of their lineup, Owen. It's KP TPing in behind you, getting changed from that distance. Moonn blinking on top of you, catching you with his trap. Like, there's just so much ways for them to cut the distance, and we're seeing that right now. Empire is not really respecting that.
And they're getting all these items very, very early on. You said already, the Blink and the Deso, incredible timing from Moonn's TA. You have the Spirit Vessel finished up on your Doom. Just all these little things coming together that do so much for not only the sustain, but just the kill and pick off potential. Ninja Boogie does get jumped upon by Maiden, but even though it's an AS, it's a bit of a slow kill. He still manages to get the Ice Blast out. And with a Doom and a change down onto 2 of them, they have to try and get out of their Empire. This Razor Kodos in trouble. Raging Potato does get turned upon, gets nuked down by Dream. Kingar keeps himself alive with a Brain Sap, but finally Moonn, he's turned up. The Deso hits, cut him down. There'll be buybacks coming out from both sides. Maiden and Raging Potato trying to return to the action. Arjit continuing to chase down Sayo in the trees. Remnant will be used to jump himself away. Worried at the backup coming in with that buyback from Maiden. But the reality of it is Empire, they are still in the base, in the high ground. They cannot come out for this. As a 7K lead now at just the 20-minute mark for Mineski. Moonn just getting bigger and bigger. If he gets his next time, which he has, he's got the 4-staff as well. So much mobility and incredibly hard to catch. Well, I say that, he does get jumped on in mid. And Moonn, you get with the 4-staff still on the curry, didn't get the 4-staff delivered as of yet. He has got that Aegis, and he has got the meld. They'll still manage to kill him with the waveform. Arjit chains onto 2. KP's turned up as well. They're ready to try and turn things around after the Aegis has been popped. Fiend's Grip does allow them to kill off Arjit, but overall Mineski, they've killed 3. They'll look towards Dream. Dream turns into the TA, does have the refraction, will manage to stun Moonn for the moment being, but with only the 2 of them are left alive. Mineski, they're just going to continue to dive forward. Dream and Say are the only ones left up. Dream will fall. Double kill for Moonn. They're into the base, onto the tier 3. Should easily be at least a set of racks at the moment for Mineski.
They have no spells left. There's no epicenter. They don't have enough farm. And they're so far ahead that in their major elimination qualifier game, or game to get to the main stage, they're actually tipping him before he even dies. Like, they're so confident that they've won this game.
They're doing it mid-fight, mid-play.
They're mid-play tipping him. Mineski's feeling themselves right now, and they should. They're playing so aggressively. Like, I don't think that Empire expected this kind of Dota. No. Like, the speed that they're playing at anyways.
And with the draft right as well. Like, sure, it's not the slowest, the latest of game drafts, but as you say, Mineski just pushing the power and speed that they play up to 11 here in this all-important elimination game. And with the middle racks taken down, the top racks looking to go down as well. Kingar, he's trying his best to run away, has a Brain Sap, but the Nature's Wrath from KP comes in. Bane is dead, so's the Razor. Everybody on Empire just falling to pieces. Maiden does come in with a nice 3-man Burrow Strike, but it's not nearly enough to turn things around as the Sand King goes down. Tusk will buy back, but they've now lost 2 sets of racks, Empire. As Mineski just taking control of this whole game. They are not messing around today. This is the Mineski that a lot of fans would have been hoping to see, and they're certainly showing that they can perform at this level right now.
What a fast game that they played. Like, this was impressive. I don't even know if this was Empire playing like terribly or just Mineski. I mean, they made some mistakes, but Mineski definitely deserve a lot of credit here. Like, the way that they were able to just consistently use their cores to back each other up. Ajay played this style like in the team fights, where I think he was just like, screw it. I've already died twice. I don't really care at this point. You guys can kill me. I'm gonna create some space for my team, get in there. As the morph waveforms out, this is gonna be their last defense. I don't think you can recover from 23-minute mega creeps. They've got to do something about this.
They need something incredible here to swing this one around. This game looking to be fully in Mineski's ballpark. Ice Blast out. That's a godlike now for Moonn. Straight past the base, in towards the fountain. Mineski just fighting on, looking to try and kill this morph even in the fountain. He's ticking down to the Doom with the Spirit Vessel on him. He cannot heal up. The fountain is barely saving him. Finally, the Spirit Vessel will end, so he will live. But this game, well and truly over. GG is called. Mineski knocking Empire down and out, and with no mercy whatsoever. This was brutal from Mineski as they